am back. Root Transfer Black and White Network. Very quickly, thank you to everybody that sent their thoughts and prayers to Mrs. Ranch yesterday. She is still in the hospital. I'll be going back up there right after I'm done with this video. I got up extra early this morning to try to get something recorded for you guys. Of course, we covered the shenanigans going on in Chicago. Unfortunately, the shenanigans, it gets a lot of people, well, killed or wounded, shot, whatever. You have a leftist politics that has taken a stronghold of that city over many, many, many years. And then the wheels really started falling off with Lori Lightfoot, and then, my God, somebody worse than Lori Lightfoot was elected in Brandon Johnson. And we're going to we're here to not only give you stories every week about the shootings, but something involving this mayor or some of his political doings. And in this case, I believe it's something that ties directly into what it is we cover all the time, the sheer hypocrisy. This is a man that, of course, Lori Lightfoot defunded the police. Then she tried to back out of that. And, of course, that just made crime ramp up. Okay, and it was too late to back out of it. You had businesses that were leaving, citizens that are leaving Chicago. And then, of course, Brandon Johnson comes in. He wants to re-image the police. We know what that means, really and truly. It means defund. It means let's get social advocates and shit like that out in the street and put their lives at risk. And, oh, great, more people into the street that the police is going to have to try to save. And then some radical leftist DA is not going to actually come back and prosecute. We know how this works. Oh, you arrested somebody? Let's just release them. Yeah, let's release them right back into the street. So we've got ABC 7 on a couple of stories, and then we've got Brandon Johnson, and some information has popped out about his personal security detail. And, I mean, it's so bad that it becomes laughable, and where you're like, God, that kind of sort of shaking your head, giggle, eye roll, like you've got to be kidding me. Guys, do not let these radical leftist Democrats blow smoke up your ass. They're all about re-imaging and defunding the police because they've got plenty of protection. Okay? You the citizens, are the ones that's got to pay the price out there because you can't afford to hire security details. And so, yeah, no harm, no foul to them. We see that in L.A., in Hollywood, these people behind these large gated communities. Well, yeah, you're all about defunding the police because you got security all around the place. I mean, of course you are. You've got nothing to worry about. Somebody breaks into your place, 3 guys that are ex-military shoot somebody. You know, you got plenty of protection. 27 shot. Yeah, you're seeing that. 27 shot, 7 fatally. So let me see. What is that? Let's do quick math. 27 last week, I believe, was it 47? It was something ridiculous. 74 people. 74 people shot in Chicago in the last, 8 days? My God, that's just crazier than hell. All right, 27 people shot, 7 fatally across Chicago over the weekend, police said. My God, a man was shot and killed in Douglas Sunday morning. Police said Jeremy Jacobs, 19, in an argument, 2900 block of South Street, when the person fired shots just after midnight. According to Chicago Police, Cook County Medical Examiner, the man was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center in critical condition with a gunshot wound to the face. Was pronounced dead at the hospital. Nobody's in custody. Police found men 1821 10,400 block of South Avenue North around 12:15. The older man suffered 7 gunshot wounds to the body. He was pronounced dead. The 18-year-old taken to Advocate Trinity Hospital in good condition, gunshot wound to the leg. And let me just scroll down and see if any of these are going to pop out. Yep, this is the one right here that certainly is going to pop out. 8-year-old girl killed In Porridge Park shooting, suspect shot with his own gun. An 8-year-old was shot and killed. The suspected gunman was critically injured in a shooting ensuing struggle on Chicago's northwest side Saturday night, Chicago police said. CPD said a male suspect known to police walked up to a group of people in the 3500 block of North Long Avenue in the city's Porridge Park neighborhood about 9:40 p.m. That suspect then shot the girl, Sarabi Medina, in the head. My God. Shot this girl in the head, in the head on the sidewalk outside her home. She was with her father, and she had just gotten some ice cream moments before she was shot. Good God. Several neighbors heard the gunshots when her father saw the gunman. He tried to stop him. Witnesses said the gunman was hit in the face with a bullet from his own gun, which police recovered at the scene. He ran over there, football tackled this guy. The weapon discharged and struck the offender, community activist Andrew Holmes said. The girl was taken to Stroger Hospital in critical condition and died a short time later. Good God, that's awful. The suspect was taken to Illinois' Masonic Medical Center in critical condition. Detectives searched his home on Sunday. It's not yet known why the girl was targeted. Those who knew Medina, who went by the name Bibi, said she was going into the 4th grade. Wow, my son's going into the 4th grade, so that's crazy. I just can't imagine. And was looking forward to the start of school. Quote, she had a lot of life. She was a very old soul. She had a beautiful personality. Megan Kelly, a family friend, just very sad, 8 years old, outside playing. Senseless, completely senseless. That's terrible. Area 5 detectives are investigating. That's just one of the most awful things you'll hear. So we got 27 shot, 7 dead. All the while, your Democratic mayor surrounds himself with nearly 150 police bodyguards while defunding the police for the little people. Think about that. Hey, he come out and made the nonsensical statement last week after all hell broke loose at a 7-Eleven, not to mention last week's normal standard operating procedures of all kinds of people got their asses shot off. He come out and started banging the drum to make sure that the streets were safe for migrants. Keep that in mind, migrants, not you, the tax-paying citizen. No, not you. In fact, to hell with you. How about that? That's Mayor Brandon Johnson. To hell with you. He's all about protecting those migrants. It's a sanctuary city. Let's put all this money into protecting people that's not from here, who's flooding across the border. All the while, 27 people get shot this weekend and over 40 last weekend. And last I checked, it was at least 350 at this point that are dead in Chicago for the year. That is, folks, your Democratic Socialist leadership at work right there. Welcome to hell. Chicago's new Mayor Brandon Big Brain Johnson, this is thetruthaboutguns.com, has long advocated for defunding the police, along with the more gun control for law-abiding citizens. And while he was allowed almost 2,000 police officer positions to go unfilled as part of cutting back law enforcement in Windy City, one area inside Chicago police headquarters has experienced serious growth. Guys, you're going to hear this. You're just going to throw up your hands. You're going to be like, wow. I mean, you want to talk about hypocritical. You want to talk about not giving a shit about your citizen in your community. But, boy, he's going to be safe. He's going to be safe. No problem. Nothing to see here. Please move along. Wrong answer. Johnson's predecessor, Lori Lightfoot, became famous for the failed feckless leadership that resulted in fewer police and more violent crime. At the same time, Lightfoot enjoyed a massive personal protection detail of 90 officers, all of whom were, of course, armed. Well, of course they are. I mean, it's only the regular citizen that can't have guns in the radical Illinois area. You see, I'm in Texas, so, yeah. Illinois got some of the strongest gun laws in the country. That was almost 1% of the entire department, dedicated to making sure violent crime didn't touch the mayor or her family 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Meanwhile, the average Chicagoans had to make do with up to 29% fewer officers patrolling their neighborhoods. That is crazy as hell. Oh, by the way, Lightfoot saw a 4% increase. On average, though, during Lightfoot's miserable tenure, CPD shrank by an average of 19%. Seeing the staggering reduction in law enforcement and crime under Lightfoot, Mayor Johnson seems to be saying, "Hold my beer." 90 cops apparently aren't enough to keep the current mayor and his family feeling safe and secure, so Johnson has upped the protective detail by 65%. The guy who presided over 38% increase in major crime in his first 30 days in office now has 149 sworn officers to keep him safe. You gotta be five-finger effing me, right? I mean, truly. I mean, this is fist action right here. Unbelievable. 150 officers to protect you while the citizen is essentially fishing a barrel out there for every rando to open fire on. 8-year-old, dead. Just Christ almighty. He has, God be with the people in Chicago that didn't vote for this crap. He has more officers on his personal protection detail than all but 10 police department in the rest of the state. Oh, wow. To put that in perspective, Illinois' rotund governor, G.B. Pritzker, has a little over 24 Illinois state troopers on his protective detail. He usually only travels with a driver and 2 or 3 specially trained troopers. That's about twice the size as his predecessor, Republican Bruce Rauner. So while the Windy City devolves into a crime-ridden hellhole of growing gang-related violent crime that the average citizen has to contend with on a daily basis, wow, this guy's hiding 149 men and women with guns. So, anyway, he goes on to talk about, of course, Florida. I mean, it's not lost on anybody that, Florida is radically different in a good way than a place like Illinois and or around Chicago in that area. Unbelievable. I mean, that just goes to show you that's just the blatant agenda at work. Oh. What's good for ye is not for thee. I know you are dodging bullets. I know you are tucking rolling across the streets. My ass is safe. I'm good. Nothing to see here. Please move along. I mean, one stray bullet in the direction of this guy, and next thing you know, guns are coming out ablazing. Where is that for the average citizen? You know, you would think, if anything, look, if you get elected like this, you're taking a calculated risk anyway, right? I understand that. If you're on social media, you take a calculated risk. We have gotten threats, all right? It comes with the territory. It's like you just expect it. It is what it is. Head on a swivel. But, how about the folks that are every day, not out in the open, just handling their business, trying to go to work, to and from. They're getting knocked in the head, mugged, carjacked. And Brandon Johnson, I mean, Lori Lightfoot had 70. 70's not enough. How do you set back? How do you sign an order to double that? How do you sit down and do that, knowing what's going on in your city? Democratic law politicians, they are selfish. Selfish, supposed to be for the little people. Yeah, little people can kiss their ass, evidently. But don't worry, Brandon Johnson is safe. He's good. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. Peace 'em out. Till next time.